He is the first modern president to actually become poorer after leaving office, in no small part to the pile of sham lawsuits. This is now mounting to over $500 million. And that's nothing to speak of the fees that he would be paying lawyers. That's just how much he's getting sued so regularly, I've lost count. Well, the truckers in New York, where he was sued this time, have decided, well, we're with Trump, so we're not bringing any goods to New York anymore. Stuff you guys. This is getting wild because Texas is still trucking illegal aliens into New York like it's a thriving business. The truckers are like, well, we're not bringing goods anymore. So you've got no goods coming in via these truckers, and you've got piles of illegal immigrants just still like, hey, you guys vote Dem here. You love this kind of thing. You're a sanctuary city. On you go then. More migrants for you. It's creating the most volatile situation right under our noses.
Well, I mean, the Democrats' intention to prosecute Trump for absolutely everything, when a million other people have done exactly the same thing, would face no criminal charges, is not only boosting Trump's popularity, but it's dividing the country. But I love the way Donald Trump reacts. I mean, he's just been fined $350 million US for a crime where there was no victim and there was no complaint. In fact, the supposed victim, the bank, testified on behalf of Donald Trump. So, I mean, he's furious, but of course, what does he decide to do? He takes the opportunity to launch, as only Donald Trump can, a brand of Trump high-top sneakers. He released 1,000 pairs of sneakers for $399 each. They're pretty ugly. I don't know that you'd buy them for the aesthetics, but I reckon they'd make a pretty good investment. In fact, let me show you one guy who thought they'd make a great investment. Forget $399. He missed out because they sold out within 2 hours. So this guy went to auction and he bought a pair for $9 grand.
Of course I got something to say. Trump 2024. Still have something to say. Proud moment. CEO.
So what was your winning bid?
$9.
And let's see the signature. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I love the Trump sneakers, but Caleb, if Biden released a pair of sneakers, check out what I reckon they would look like. Have a look at this picture. These are the Biden sneakers. I think we've got a photograph of them here. The Biden Shufflers with anti-slip and fall technology.
And
of course, with a beautiful Chinese design. Don't you love that?
I want a pair of Trump sneakers so bad. I would wear them every day with everything until that man's back in the White House.
I was thinking more a pair of moccasins for Biden, you know, just real old man shoes shuffling around, as you say. I'm just waiting for Trump to be charged with, you know, sneezing on an old lady and therefore giving her some terrible disease. Surely the time is coming that they drag up absolutely everything he's ever done and tried to do him over for it. That case in particular, I just cannot get over. Because it was a civil case, we should note. It wasn't a criminal case, it was a civil case. And so to be told in the Supreme Court of New York in a civil case that you have to pay in excess of $300 million in fines, you cannot bear director of a company in New York for 3 years, and you can't take out a loan in New York for 3 years, even though, as you noted, the banks testified for you, so presumably they would be quite happy to lend you more money so they can make interest out of it, is just utterly insane. And Trump has drawn some parallels between himself and Alexei Navalny, who, of course, was the guy over in Russia, the main opposition leader in Russia, who recently died, presumably at the hands of the Russian outfit. He put on his own social media service, Trump, what's it called? Truth. The sudden death of Alexei Navalny has made me more and more aware of what is happening in our country. It's a slow, steady progression with crooked, radical left politicians, prosecutors, judges leading us down a path of destruction. Now, he's come under attack from his main opponent, Nikki Haley, in the Republican primaries, who, of course, is not going to get up. He's walking all over her, basically for making that comparison. Now, sure, it might be a little gratuitous to compare yourself to a man who was... Let me finish. To compare yourself to a man who we can fairly assume was killed, but I don't think it's unfair to say that Trump is essentially being politically persecuted through the justice system.
It's the same thing. It's a question of degree, isn't it?
Which was his point. Like, don't be Nikki Haley and read a tweet like that so ungraciously. You know what he's saying, especially on the back of this New York trial, which was genuinely the stuff of Soviet show trials, which were show me the man and I'll show you the crime, literally proving that the prosecution, the levels of law in America are entirely corrupted. The Dems have shredded them, all to destroy Donald Trump. They've done it out in the open. They've done it deliberately. And it wasn't for the fine. It was for the reasons that you just pointed out now. Now that you have been fined for this, now that the court did not find in your favour, you can't take out these loans here. All these penalisations are laid on you in New York City, which is the home of Trump Tower, which is the home of Trump's empire, basically. And that's why they did it, to ruin him. Again, the stuff of Soviet show trials. If the government's got nothing on you, if they don't like your politics, they will find something, they will cook it up to destroy you. That is the point that Trump was making, and it wasn't far-fetched at all. Just because, yeah, anyway.
Well, if anyone watching
James
knows...
is giving me the eye. I'm like, OK, stop talking.
If anyone watching knows someone who's got those Trump sneakers, if you could forward a pair to Liz Storer, she will be your friend for life.
I will be your slave
Guaranteed.
forever.